Now, as you know, if you watch the Bucky and Sully show, Jerry Sullivan has been calling in from Sochi. There's a 9-hour time difference, so right now, you know, it's right around 4:40, 4:35 in the morning. We spared no expense here at All Sports Western New York. Forget the telephone. We actually flew Art Wander, the tiny tot of the kilowatt, to Sochi. Now, I will admit, we had some problems getting him through security, but Art is there. Let's see if we can go live right now to Art Wander in Sochi at the Olympics. It's very early in the morning. Art, are you there? There's Art Wander, live in Sochi. Art, can you hear me?
Babush opoprinka bodayaska kaknuha rachmaninov. Oh, you want it in English?
Yes, please.
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes. Art, it's so early in the morning. What have you done today while you're in Sochi? And I know the weather is much warmer than anticipated.
Not at 4 o'clock in the morning, which is the time right now, but it's supposed to get about 60 degrees this afternoon. So that's going to pose a problem, especially for the skiers in the downhill. The women are going to take over tonight.
Now, Art, I can't help but notice first of all, you're well dressed for the weather, although, are you wearing two different gloves?
I certainly am. You know, the Russian says, are those Amerikansky gloves? And I said, yes, they are. And they ripped one off my wrist.
Okay, well, I hope you don't get hurt out there. I know that security is very tight. Vladimir Putin is there, of course. If you had any problem when Vladimir Putin comes into the events, do they chase away the media?
Well, I'll tell you, Vladdy and I call him Vladdy because he calls me Artie. Vladdy and I got along pretty well. First of all, he asked me if I wanted to see his chest, because he became famous for bearing his chest over the summertime. But he's a pretty decent guy. He enjoyed the Olympics for whatever he saw.
I see you're right there as part of his entourage.
I'm part of his entourage. He said, I want you to be part in the picture of it, me. Just like that.
Well, Art, we're going to come back to you a little later on in the show. We're going to talk to your buddy, Jack Armstrong, first. When we come back, we're going to talk to you a little bit about the events. I know you were at the figure skating.
Wonderful.
Time now to go live once again to Sochi, Russia, where our correspondent, Art Wander, is standing by. Art, thanks so much. I know it's the middle of the night, but I want to talk to you a little bit about some of the events you've covered. I know figure skating, women's figure skating was a big one for you.
I'll tell you, I was so impressed by that 15-year-old girl. I could not believe the way she spun toward the end of her program. She definitely deserves a medal. And of course, this was the first time my buddy Vladimir Putin was applauding. The other skater from Russia, Plushenko, what is he, 31 years old, coming back from injury, and I'll tell you, he put on a performance. So as far as I'm concerned, those were the highlights of the Olympics so far this year. I'm looking forward to tomorrow, because tomorrow, which is later today, it's going to be the U.S. versus Canada in ice hockey. This is going to be war. This is going to be a battle, because the last time they faced, they got into a lot of scrums and battles and started punching each other all over the ice. So I'm looking forward to that as being another highlight of the Olympics for the U.S. and for Canada.
And I see from the photos, Art, you've engraced yourself with the athletes. They're actually allowing you to be part of their celebration, which, you know, Art, I know you've got it. I know you have it. Once you have it, you can't lose it. Anything else? I know that you were trying on some of the outfits that they have there in Sochi?
Yeah, I figured I may as well get into the groove with the Russian people and see what it would be like if I was an Olympic gold medal winner or skater. And you can see that I come out very, very well. The glasses show up very well. You're one of a kind. You're our guy in Sochi. And say hello to Jerry Sullivan for us. It's been so great having you on live via satellite. And hopefully we'll see you again next week. Warmly. Bye-bye, Bob.